Paddington 2. That's all I'll say. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent stars Nicolas Cage playing himself. A cast-strapped Nicolas Cage agrees to make a paid appearance at a billionaire superfan's birthday party, but is really an informant for the CIA since the billionaire fan is a drug kingpin and gets cast in a Tarantino movie. You really can't get any more meta than that, but going into this movie, I actually wasn't too excited or really anticipating it because I'm not the biggest Nicolas Cage fan. I can't say I've seen as much of his filmography as I would like to. You know, I've seen him in stuff like Pig and even The Sorcerer's Apprentice, but I haven't really seen more of his bigger movies like The Rock or his Oscar-winning performance in Leaving Las Vegas. But I was very fortunate enough to actually check out the movie early, so I figured why not, let's see how it is. And what a fun time at the movies this one is. If you're a fan of Nicolas Cage or even just movies in general, this one's for you. Let's start off with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Nicolas Cage. He is having an absolute blast in this movie, and being in the audience you can tell that he is having the time of his life playing himself. In many ways I feel like this could be his swan song, but I guarantee you he probably has more movies that he's gonna do. But I mean, if you even just like Nicolas Cage in any way, any movie you've liked, any performance of his, you will like this movie because he is just playing himself and doing all of his funny gags and just having the time of his life. And then you get to Pedro Pascal, who is the supposed drug kingpin. And the relationship between Pascal and Cage is a real strong point of the movie. They have some absolutely hilarious scenes with one another. And specifically one scene in particular, which really was a highlight of this movie for one. But it was the point in the movie when I went, I know what this is, and I'm so happy it knows what it is. At first I kind of was just like, is this really stupid? I wasn't really vibing with it. But then when that scene hit, I was like, this is going to be a self-aware comedy, action, thriller as well. And just like this big movie that is just going to be totally making fun of itself in the meantime and just giving the audience what they want in a movie sometimes. A fun time. And when talking about funny scenes, this movie is filled with funny scenes galore. The jokes may be fairly standard, but the delivery of the jokes, particularly with Nicolas Cage, Pedro Pascal as well, Tiffany Haddish, whoever it is delivering the jokes, elevates it to more of a funny quip rather than just like a ha-ha. When it comes down to it, it's a very silly movie, but that's totally fine. It knows what it is. It knows the jokes that it's going to tell you. Maybe not all of the jokes really hit to have you bursting out with laughter, but for the most part, you will be laughing. But this really is a movie for movie fans because of all the references to other movies. There's a wide range of other movies referenced in this movie. There is some 100-year-old movie that is referenced, and then you have more recent movies. But if you're a film fan or just in the loop like someone like me, you will appreciate the jokes that they're going for and the jokes that they're throwing at people that just love movies. And then you get one layer deeper than that, and the movie has this really strong emotional core between Nicolas Cage and really his family. Granted, Nicolas Cage's family in this movie is not his actual family, but still, without getting too into what the movie is really all about, Nicolas Cage is just trying to connect with his daughter. He is finding that he is struggling with that with where he is, with his character at least, in his life. And so he goes on this adventure and obviously stuff happens, but then he learns more about what it means to just even be there for someone. And I wasn't really expecting this movie to do something like that. I was hoping that it would, so it wouldn't be just like a generic throwaway movie. But when you have a movie that's already funny and then it has this emotional core to it as well, that's just the icing on the cake. Now I will say, as much fun as I had, it is a predictable movie. You can see where it's gonna go. There are specifically some characters and areas of this movie where it's like you know where that's gonna happen, and the character is very thin, but that's not really what the movie's trying to do. It's not really trying to grow that character necessarily. It's just kind of having them there. And like I briefly mentioned, I wasn't loving the movie within the first couple 20 minutes maybe, but like I said, when that scene happens, that's when I really started to enjoy it more. So it doesn't start off on such a high note, but it takes a little while to get to that high note. And it may drag in some spots here and there, but that's just me getting nitpicky. Overall, if you're looking for a fun time at the movies where you can turn your brain off and watch Nicolas Cage go batshit crazy at times, I highly suggest The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I'm gonna give The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent a B. Again, this is no perfect movie, but I had a fun time, and that's what matters sometimes at the end of the day. And again, if you're a fan of movies, or just even Nicolas Cage, you've liked one of his performances, you will like this movie. I guarantee you, you will find at least some enjoyment. But let me know your thoughts and expectations, or if you've seen the movie, let me know what you thought of it down below. Thank you so much for watching this review, and if you did enjoy, consider giving it a like as well as subscribing and hitting that notification bell to get notified whenever new videos like this go live. As always, look forward to more videos coming soon. My name is Ben, people call me Meter, and I'll see you guys in the next one.